Hi guys, welcome to my video. So as you can see from the title of the video, I'm gonna be talking about my university experience and how, I got into university. And on my blog I also have some tips for people either considering to go to university or already in university, and certain tips and things like that that might help you graduate with good grades. So basically, I'm a recent graduate. I graduated in July. Whoop whoop. Very happy about that. Yeah, I couldn't wait to graduate and I was very happy when it happened. So I went to university in London, as I am currently. I grew up in Portugal, for those of you who don't know. I did primary school, I did secondary school, and then when it came the time for us to apply for university, I fill out my application. I mean, the grades they were asking for were just ridiculous. Like, I've never been, I wouldn't say I was a great student, but I wasn't a bad one. Like, I was good enough, I would say. Like, my grades were good enough. But the grades they were asking was just ridiculous. So in the first round, because we have I think up to 3 rounds of placements for universities, I didn't get placed in the first one. And then I did the application second time, and then I got approved to university in the north of the country, which, for those of you who are not from Portugal, it's kind of, it is a big difference between Lisbon and living there. So for me it was a bit I don't know if this is what I want. So I sat down with my parents and I kind of talked to them about the different options that I had. And my mom said, she suggested that maybe we should go and check this private university in Lisbon. So I went and we had a meeting with this very nice lady actually. She told us the grades that I needed, and I had enough grades and the things that I would need, and then she told us how much it's gonna be. And mind you, they're in Portugal, yearly for university fees, it's about 1,000. For private, it's 3,000 a year. So that would be literally the 3 years that my sisters, for example, one of my sisters, she studied in Portugal and she finished her degree there. That would be her whole time she would be in uni would be compared to me being there for 1 year. So that was just too much. My mom, she initially said, you know what, if this is what you want, then we can find a solution. It's okay, I will put down the initial registration and things like that. I wasn't sure, because I felt like it wasn't fair on my siblings as well, because I mean, we're 4 kids, and I thought, why am I spending all this money? I might as well just, I don't know, go back to school and repeat my exams again and maybe get the grades, or just go up north. So then my mom said, okay, fine, we're gonna have a week or 2 to think about it. And then I was in the living room at home. My mom yelled and I was like, what? Why is she screaming? Why is she calling my name? I went to her room and she was like, oh my god, I saw this news piece on TV, and they're talking about this company that helps students go to the UK and study in the UK, and they're really good, blah 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 blah. And then I waited for the news piece to come back again. I saw it with her. We took down the name and researched the phone number, and we booked an appointment with them, and then we went literally in a space of, I would say, a week. I was already doing my application, and then I did my application, I got my diploma, got recommendation letter, all of that. I sent it all, but then I got into Middlesex and I was very happy. I started researching places to live and all of that. I found a group of girls online into this company's like Facebook page, and everyone's like, oh, I'm going to this uni, I'm going to that uni, and I was like, I'm going to Middlesex. Then when I'm going to Middlesex, they replied to me, we started talking, they were like, yeah, we have a house all set up and all of that. I was like, cool, of course, you know, I'm in. I decided to fly like a month before I started my classes, so then I would have time to kind of familiarize myself with the city, with speaking English every day, thinking in English, kind of like practicing my writing as well, because I mean, you can have as many years of English, but if you don't have the experience of speaking it every day, it's quite complicated once you have like your mother tongue. I flew to London, like I was crying so hard. The hair hostess, she came to me, she was like, are you okay, you know, she gave me extra juice. I was like, thanks, I'm gonna just maybe stop crying right now because that's really sad. I stayed with the girls about, I would say, maybe 17 hours, because once I got there, I was not happy with the living situation. Like, I don't want to even, you know, trash it out or be like, you know, because they were very nice to kind of invite me to live with them. I just didn't feel like that place was for me. So then I ended up spending a month with my aunt and my uncle, which, you know, they're like my second parents in London. They're just amazing, you know. They got me into, you know, familiarize myself with everything. They showed me how things are done. I've never even paid bills before. Like, you know, I was just this 19-year-old, like, lost in the world. And then thanks to my aunt and my uncle, I got in contact with one of my cousin's friends. Like, they grew up together, so I ended up moving in with her, and all of that. So I mean, that's how I got to London. Now, first year. So first year for me was an interesting year, because it was just the beginning of everything. Everything was new. Like, the university life for me was new, because I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting more like of the, I don't know, like more parties and things like that. And I found maybe it's because I come from like Portugal, where academic life is so important if you're a student. And here it's sort of like, you sort yourself out. Like, you need to introduce yourself to the people and get to know them and things like that. And first year it was quite hard for me, like, emotionally. I missed my parents like crazy. Like, I was crying all the time, and I was trying to, like, you know, save money and make money and pay for this and pay for that. And I was like, I've never paid for anything in my life. Like, it was so hard. Like, it's all of a sudden I became an adult. I mean, although right now looking back at it, I just, you know, it was a good lesson for me. Like, it was a good time for me to actually wake up. Because otherwise, I think I would have become an adult like when in my 20s. So 19 was a good year to do that. First year, I didn't realize that our grades didn't count for the rest of the other, like, for the degree. I was that. It was me. So I just worked my butt off. Like, I worked super hard. I attended every class, I did everything. I was like, yes, I'm getting good grades here, good grades there. Oh damn, the boss. And then they told me, so, but that doesn't really count. And I was just like, why did nobody come and tell me this? Because I literally, like, put my all. But I actually think one good thing about it is that it gives you discipline. I think that although it doesn't give you the grades, it gives you discipline, because I went into second year with a little bit more discipline, although I think I could have handled my second year much better, but I think that was due to external factors that maybe I'm gonna leave it for like a different video. Maybe I'm gonna do like a story time, because my second year has a lot of stories. Yeah, so first year I did that. had really good grades. Second year was like literally like a slap in the face, and I think everyone feels that. It's like you have it so easy on first year that you think, oh, university life is so easy, like I got this, I can do this, I can even teach the lectures, you know. You feel like you're really like the big boss around. And then second year comes and you're like, I don't know anything. Like I even question if I know how to read. Like you question your intelligence, you question everything. You're like, what happened? Like I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to meet the deadlines. I don't know how to project my ideas. I don't know how to do anything. And for me, it was a little bit like, I was really overwhelmed. But I think it wasn't until after Christmas that I told myself, like, no, you need to get your shit together, and you need to get your life together, and you need to, you know, pass, because this is $9,000 a year, and like this is a lot of money to be owing and not even having excellent grades. Like, to be honest, for me, it's like $9,000. I need to be having first all the time. Obviously I didn't have first all the time, but I really tried my best, because then I didn't want to look back and be like, oh, I just slacked my way through uni and now I have this massive debt that, you know, it wasn't for anything. It was just for me to be average. So I didn't want to be average. Anyways. Yeah, and then I passed. Second year was a good year to kind of tough me up. It made me a bit more tough, and it made me aware that failing was a thing. It made me aware that people do fail. It made me aware that if you don't work your ass off, that you just won't pass, and the lecturers don't care. And then last year, third year, was the most stressful year of my life. I never thought that I was just gonna be this person just involved in sadness, but I think a lot of it as well was not just the pressure of university, and like I said on my blog post, if you have a read, I think a lot of it is the social environment that you put yourself in. If you hang out with people who are positive, who are always pushing you to do better, who are creating an environment where you can be more creative, more efficient, more, you know, just giving you kind of that feeling that you are, I wouldn't say safe, because that sounds like, you know, like a family, but you know, like, you know what I mean, like creating, just giving you kind of that comfort that you need to kind of go out there and just be good. I wasn't in an environment like that. I mean, last year was a very tough year in terms of friendships and even at uni, and I think that's what kind of counted over the stress that I had. But also I feel like the fact that I needed to kind of overcome that gave me this unbelievable strength that I never thought, like, I swear to God, I never thought I had. And I had the strength to wake up every single day for, I think it was probably after Easter, or no, probably before Easter. Yeah, before Easter, I used to wake up and just do my work so I could prove everyone and anyone wrong that ever thought that I couldn't do it. You know, sometimes when you have kind of an entourage of people rooting against you, you get this unbelievable strength from nowhere that tells you, you know what, you're just gonna grab them by the balls and show them that you can do it. And I feel like that's what happened to me. I became so focused on my dissertation, my assignments, my essays. I became so focused that I think that's one of the things that actually gave me, you know, the 2-1 that I had at the end. And I'm very, very thankful for that, because I feel like sometimes it's easier to give up. It's easier to say I can't do it because the situation is hard, but it's harder to say no. It is hard, but I will stand here and I will still fight and I will still do it. So if any of you are either second year and third year, because I know those are the worst years, especially being a foreign student, you know, you don't kind of have like your parents an hour drive or an hour in the train that you can go back and cry to them. I know that that's really hard, and that's how I felt. Just focus on your goal. Focus on why are you far away from your parents, because you don't want that to be a waste. You don't want being away from your parents, from your friends, to be for nothing. I mean, you know, you don't want to come all the way to the UK or any other country that you might be in to then at the end say, oh, you know what, it's too hard, I'm gonna quit. Because that's not how it should work, because you're sacrificing a lot, so then you should get big reward at the end. I want to say that I don't feel like everyone should go to university. Well, I sort of do, but I understand the people that don't. But I just want to say that for me personally, having a degree is kind of having that safety net that you need. I know the statistics show that, you know, most of us don't even do in the future what we studied. Hopefully I will. And it's quite hard out there. Like, I've graduated and I feel like, where's my job? Where's my £1 million or whatever? Because when you're in uni, you feel like everything is being promised to you. And a lot of people are saying, oh, I did it anyways without a degree. But I think that a degree puts you sort of ahead of the people that don't have degrees. It gives you that academic knowledge. It gives you the you know, the skills of like research and proofreading, all of those stuff that we just simply don't get in secondary school. We sort of get it, but we don't really get it in an academic way. For me, academic language and research and stuff, it was just completely different. It was like, whoa, this is a whole different ballgame right now. Like, this is the real deal. So if you don't think university is for you, then that's okay, but consider it and kind of check, do your own research. And if you're already in university, don't feel like you should give up. Don't give up, because if you come so far, why give up? You know, keep at it and keep strong, because if I did it and I'm a crybaby, then you probably are not a crybaby like I am, and you'll be able to do it. So guys, this is my university story. Like I said before, I have a blog post on my blog, 2 Side Effect, and you can have a read to have a few more advices under your belt so you can tackle university life, and there's nothing to worry about. It's gonna be fine at the end. So see you in my next video. Bye.